Hello everyone, I hope you guys are having an awesome Thursday. We are jumping in here live for another chat, and I'm going to dive in today and talk really about the 3 big mistakes that keep people stuck from fixing their gut. And the thing is, we've worked with just so many hundreds of clients over the last couple of years that I've started to really see a lot of patterns happening for people, not just with the clients that we've worked with, but also for many of you who have been hanging out with us in our free Facebook group, the Love Your Guts IBS support group. And you see, I too used to suffer with gut issues, and I had my own experience of really trying to figure out how to fix my gut. And what I started to realize is a lot of the same mistakes that I was making, many of you guys are still making, and I want to teach you those things today so that you don't have to take the long route that I took. Does that sound good? So tonight we're going to really dive into, we're going to talk actually about quite a few things, quite a few mistakes that are going to be keeping you guys stuck. And the reality is, I'm not interested in helping you manage your symptoms. Okay, so if you're the type of person that wants to just feel a little bit better, get some temporary relief and get some sort of quick fix, I am not your gal. Okay, I am your gal if you're the type of person that's like, I'm done. I'm done feeling like a bag of shit. I don't want to feel this way for the rest of my life. I want to know why these symptoms are happening. Like, what is causing my symptoms to continually come back no matter what I try? I want to prevent them from getting worse. I want to totally feel normal again. I don't want to have to worry about the constipation and diarrhea. I want to completely get rid of it. I don't want to just have it better. Does this make sense? So I'm your gal if you want to really get to the root cause and tackle this naturally with foods, supplements, so that you don't have to continually worry about this the rest of your life. All right. And so the very first mistake that I made, and I see so many people making, in fact, I would say every single person that I talk with is making this mistake. They are stuck in symptom management. Okay, so the very first mistake is symptom management. Now, there's a lot of different reasons why people get stuck in symptom management, but first, before I really dive into how you get stuck in that pickle, is what it actually means. So there's 2 very different ways that you can tackle your symptoms. The first one is symptom management, where you get temporary relief. Okay, it's sort of managing it, but it's not really getting rid of it or preventing it from coming back. So let me give you some examples of symptom management. So if you're taking any sort of laxative or anti-diarrheal, if you are following restrictive diets like the low FODMAP diet, GAPS diet, specific carbohydrate diet, AIP diet, or autoimmune protocol diet, any of those types of diets, if you have just eliminated any food, if you're like, well, I'm not really following any particular diet, but I'm scared to eat foods, and so I've been taking out all these different foods, trying to figure out what food's causing the problem, that's also symptom management. Okay, and then even going to the health food store and buying different random supplements, symptom management. Okay, then there is getting right down to what is causing those symptoms to happen. All right, now, how do we do that? That's the number one question. People are like, that's nice, but how? Testing. Testing. Can you hear me? Testing. Okay, like I can't stress this enough. So many people want me, and I say this all the time, everyone wants me to just make supplement recommendations. I can't. You need to be tested. We need to know what the hell's going on in your tummy. What's keeping it so dang angry? Because if we are not getting that data, then we are guessing and we are symptom managing. Does this make sense, guys? And so there's a few different reasons why people get stuck in symptom management. The number one is they are often Googling, self-navigating. Like I used to do this. It was like I had a part-time job with Google, right? So I would wake up in the morning, and then it was like this anxiety we had. I'd start like looking around being like, okay, is today going to be a good gut day or a bad gut day? knowing that like it's probably going to be a bad gut day, because every day is pretty much bad gut day, right? Every day your gut seems to be acting up and not cooperating, feels like it's constantly fighting you and really not working in your favor, right? And so I would start my day that way, and I'd kind of be scared to eat. And so I'd resort to like a light, safe meal. Like I'd have some toast and peanut butter, right? Or I'd have, like, when I was trying to be really healthy, I'd be like, okay, I'm just going to eat a bunch of fruit, right? What I didn't realize was, wow, I was really missing the mark on my nutrition. Really missing the mark. No wonder I was so exhausted. No wonder my bacteria were overgrowing, because those breakfasts were not healthy. And so what would happen is I'd carry on through my day, and sometimes I'd be able to like power through. You know, I'd willpower through and muscle through and be like, I'm going to get it done. And then I'd get home at the end of the day and I would completely be done. Like I'd have zero steam left in me. Like being social, going out was just not an option. And then it was like I'd have dinner and my symptoms would really start to flare up. And then I would start Googling. Right? I'd start researching, be like, okay, tonight's going to be the night. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure this thing out because I cannot do another day, right? Who here is doing this? Going through this cycle in your day where your symptoms are constantly flaring. So you start Google searching and then you find some random blog. And here's what happened for me. I'd be like, oh, probiotics, they're the bee's knees. Just, you know, Julie, the fitness coach said. And so she's telling me I should go buy some probiotics. Okay, no problem. I am here for it. And I'd go to the health food store and I'd buy some expensive probiotic, come home and try it, and realize 1 week later it was doing nothing. And then I'd get frustrated and I'd start guessing and Googling again. And then I'd be like, oh my gosh, fermented foods are so good for you. I'm going to eat fermented foods. And then I'd try them and be like, wow, these are so gross. Right? Who here is doing this? You're stuck in this Google pattern, and what happens is that you're reading all this random information out there. Not only is it overwhelming, it's inaccurate. It's not to say that probiotics aren't helpful for you, but Susie, Julie, blogger over there does not know what specific strains your body is depleted in. And neither do you, because you haven't had any testing done. Right? And so the number one mistake is that in this whole cycle, what ends up happening is you buy all these different things trying to deal with the symptoms, and you get stuck in symptom management instead of actually addressing the root cause, the reason why your symptoms are happening. So the solution to this is you've got to get testing done, guys. And then everyone always asks me, what testing, Alyssa? Well, it really depends. I need to have a conversation with you to see what symptoms you're struggling with, what's going on in your body, to know what types of tests that you need to have done. So this is where, you know, normally what I'd recommend and what I do for our clients and for our community is more than happy to jump on the phone with you. We offer a free Love Your Guts call. And what we're able to do on this phone call is we can chat through all the things that are going on, what symptoms are happening, all the things that you've tried, and see how we can best support you, but also based on that, what's missing in terms of not just foods and supplements, but testing. Right? And it's when we're able to get this clarity and figure out where the big problems are that you can get out of your own way and get unstuck and know what action you need to take. So if you guys are tired of the symptom management, I just included the link above. You can click on that. And I actually added, because we're almost fully booked, I added an extra day. I never take phone calls and rarely take phone calls on a Friday. I opened up a full Friday to help squeeze as many people in as possible. So if you are ready to take action, you're ready to invest in your health, and you want to learn how we can work together and how I might be able to help you figure out where those missing pieces are, and you want to get at a symptom management so that you're not stuck with this the rest of your life, let's jump on the phone together, no charge. And this is going to allow us to see what we need to do to help you, okay? Now, the second, actually before I even go there, I need to add this in too, guys. The other reason why people get stuck in symptom management is because their doctor tells them that there's no more hope, right? Your doctor's probably told you, take some Metamucil. You know, this drives me fucking crazy. I'm going to tell you this story. So IBS, Crohn's colitis, runs in my family. And a couple months back, my dad went in for a colonoscopy and I was on pickup duty. And so I went to the hospital, I picked up my dad, and I know like my family's history, health history. I know what's going on. Errors on the side of constipation. So we've been working on getting those bowels moving, but I know he's full of shit. Love you, Dad, but full of shit, right? And so sure enough, goes for the colonoscopy. I knew what was going to happen. He'd get a clean bill of health and they'd tell him to go take some laxatives. And sure enough, I pick him up and they tell him, well, you're really impacted. Like, you've got a lot of poop in there. You're totally fine though. This is normal. And told him to just go take some Miralax or some Metamucil. And like, guys, this is a symptom management tool, because even if you take that Metamucil, that Miralax, that Imodium, that antidiarrheal laxative, whatever you want to take, even natural or not, it's only forcing the bowel to poop or not poop. It's not fixing the reason why the diarrhea or constipation is happening. Make sense? So again, this is a problem because we have put doctors on the highest of pedestals, that they are the bee's knees, right? Like, that we're supposed to listen to what they say, and it is like the gold standard. And the reality is your doctor's job is to manage your symptoms, right? Their job is symptom management with medications. And so if you're looking for nutrition support, supplement support, even emotional support, if you want to get to the root cause, if you want to prevent your symptoms from getting worse, this is stuff your doctor's not trained in. And so it's like going to an Italian restaurant trying to order Chinese food. They don't serve it. And so this is why so many people get stuck in that symptom management, because again, we've been taught you get sick, you go to the doctor, you get medication, you rinse and repeat. And so you're here today because you know that system hasn't been working for you. It's an important system. We need our doctors, but their toolbox is limited. Their toolbox is for emergency situations, surgery, diagnosis, and management of symptoms with medications. But if you want more, and you know that what you're feeling is not normal, that it's not okay, and you want to prevent it from turning into a disease, then you're in the right place. You're in the right place. So symptom management is going to mean you're going to wake up tomorrow after having taken that laxative or antidiarrheal and be right back to square one. Let's not do that anymore. Okay, so the second thing, I need some lip chaff, guys. Brief intermission. The second thing that happens for people, the second mistake I should say, is missing critical pieces of the puzzle. Missing critical information, essentially. Okay, now, again, part of that problem is reading Susie the fitness coach or Julie the fitness coach's random blog, right? Thank you, so-and-so, for the random recommendation on this one probiotic. But guys, we have over 1,000 strains of bacteria in our body. So there's never, ever one probiotic that is best for everyone. And there's never even one probiotic that you should stay on. It should be rotating, and it's determined on what strains you need. And so, again, the other problem being, you go to your doctor's not trained in nutrition or supplements, right? And so it's really fascinating to me that they're now making recommendations around that when they don't have any training on that. And so, again, it's like going to an Italian restaurant trying to order Chinese food. They might try to make it, but it ain't going to be pretty, right? And so your doctor is probably told you that you should be taking Align as a probiotic. No. They're promoting Align is like the one probiotic for everyone. And so when we talk about missing critical pieces of the puzzle, I say this with so much love, guys. I'm saying this kind of lightheartedly, but like, congrats, you're taking a probiotic. But one, are you getting the right strains? Are you taking the right quantity? And you can put good bacteria in, but if you still have an overgrowth of bad bacteria, if you're not breaking your foods down properly because your stomach is underactive, if there's leaky gut going on and chronic inflammation, if you have motility damage, if there's any amount of these other imbalances going on, we're missing critical pieces of the puzzle. Therefore, your symptoms are going to remain. So please know that just because you feel like you've tried everything, I know you feel like you've tried it all, and I, honest to God, I have heard all the things, like people have tried all the things, and I know how much this is rocking your world. Know that just because it hasn't worked doesn't mean it's not possible. It just means that you're missing critical pieces of the puzzle. That's it. And so we just got to get those filled in. That's my job, is to help you fill those in. Okay, so the last thing that I want to talk to you guys about, the third thing that gets people stuck every single time, is settling. Okay, now hear me out. What I find is so many people have tried all the things. They feel like they've tried everything. What they've done is they've tried everything that their doctors recommended. They've become professional Googlers. They have tried everything that they could possibly find on the World Wide Web. And because none of it is customized to their individual body, because it's not doing anything for them, not yielding any results, or it works for a short period of time and then bam, things come right back, because that's happening, eventually it really starts to weigh on you. Like really weighs on you heavy here. You start to question, maybe you're a special case. Maybe your body is different than everyone else's. Maybe it's not possible for you. Maybe you're just meant to feel like this the rest of your life. That's just not the truth. And so what I see so often in our free Facebook group is that I'll check in with someone and be like, how are you doing? Have you had any improvement in your constipation? They'll be like, yes, I feel so much better. I'm pooping about once every other day now. And I'm like, that's great. I'm so glad you're feeling improvements. And they've kind of like settled into that. Like, this is so much better than it was. So I'll take this. I'll take mediocre, right? And so what they don't realize is that there's a whole world of possibility for them to feel even better. And so people kind of just settle in and they get cozy with living on the laxatives, living on the antidiarrheals. And I can tell you, so many people, so many of you have probably been suffering with this for years and years and years. Many of the people that I talk to have been suffering with this since they were a child. So how many of you that are watching this have been struggling with gut issues, constipation, diarrhea, gas, bloating, pain, gallbladder issues, appendix was removed, any of that stuff? How many of you have had this been going on for 5+ years, 10+ years, 20+ years? How many of you guys have had these issues since you were a little child, little kid? I've had people that come into our program who remember being held down, restrained by their parents while they had to insert suppository laxatives into their butt, and it was traumatizing for them. And here we are, we're talking now while they're 50 years old, and we're trying to correct the issues from a whole lifetime. And that's because they spent so many years settling in because they didn't know what was possible for them. So please, for the love of God, guys, if you're watching this, don't settle in for mediocre. Don't settle for feeling okay. If you're receiving any sort of symptoms from your body right now, there's a severe imbalance going on, and let's get addressing it. Okay, so if you settle, that will prevent you from fixing your gut. And if you settle, it will only snowball. And right now you might be coping okay with that. But are you going to be okay in 6 months to a year from now if your symptoms are still there? And are you going to be okay in a year to 2 years if your symptoms start getting worse? So how bad does it need to get for you to be ready to listen? So please do not settle. You can feel normal again. And again, just because it hasn't worked doesn't mean it's not possible. We just need to fill in those missing pieces of the puzzle. Okay, guys? So testing, testing, testing. No more guessing. And so if you are sick and tired of guessing and you really want to get exact answers, you want to understand what specific deficiencies are going on in your body, you want to know what types of bacteria have overgrown and are rocking your world, eating up all your nutrients and leaving you with the leftovers, so you just feel exhausted and irritable, you got brain fog, fatigue, and memory issues, and you're ready to just bite off your husband's head, right? Who here is getting that? If you're sick and tired of feeling this way, then I want to connect with you and we're going to fill in those pieces, okay? So in the link above, I've opened up my calendar and I'm offering free Love Your Guts calls. What we're going to do is jump on the phone together and no charge. This is where we can more easily chat. It's no different than if you were to go to a local naturopath or practitioner. You meet in person, you get to know what they do, and they can help figure out what's going on for you, okay? I'm limited in terms of getting to know you. I'm just talking at you right now. I need to hear from you and understand what's going on in your full health history before I have any sense of what we need to do to support you. So that's why we do these calls, so that I can hear everything that you've been going through, all the things that you've tried, and we can figure out what the hell's missing. All right, so calendar above. And if you have any questions, if you're looking for that support, reach out to us, and you can actually send me a private message on Facebook and we'll go from there. All right, guys, so I hope this was helpful. Do not give up. Do not lose the faith. Stick to it. You can fix your gut as long as you have proper testing and stop that guessing. Okay, guys, bye.